more likely to show love by fixing things around the house without being asked, men or women?
Oh,
That without being
Without
asked
being
part.
asked?
Without being asked. that part.
She said, wait,
Halfway.
Without being
right.
can I go
without
this way?
being
Yeah,
asked. Welcome to Mind Our Business Podcast, where we dive into life's challenges and triumphs while exploring the world of entrepreneurship. Here, our goal is to both inspire and to empower you to reign supreme, both in business and in life. We're all about real talk, real life, and real business. Now, we have a great episode for you today. It's going to be fun, and I want you to know that we heard you. On our last 5 love languages, you said, hey, you need a male perspective. So we did just that.
All right.
Okay. So today we're going to unpack a little more of 5 love languages with the perspective of a young gentleman here. So Jeremy Jackson is the host of Meet Me in Napa Podcast. He's a father, a husband, an uncomfortable truth teller. So he will help us today unpack and give us the perspective of love from a male perspective. But before I have you unpack that a little bit, Jeremy, let's go around and remind folks of who we are.
Hey, everyone. I'm Gigi Garcia, founder and director of Vibe Together and Move Space Collective.
And I'm the founder of Dr. Carmen Empowers, where we believe that breaking the silence around human conditions such as stress, the menstruation cycle, and identity helps people to step fully into their power. Through workshops, coaching, and academic lectures, we help people dismantle stigma, rewrite unhealthy narratives, and feel seen, celebrated, and confident in their truth.
And I'm Carla Shahid, the realtor and certified real estate planner, where I help people build, protect, and transfer wealth through real estate.
And I'm Simona, known as Mona Vintage, a fashion stylist, curator, collection, closet consultant. Curating looks with you in mind.
And I am Tamika, your favorite certified recreation therapist and inclusion specialist, emphasizing on inclusion and adaptive recreation for those with disabilities as well as our senior population. So, Mr. Jeremy.
First of all, I don't feel worthy with all these titles out there. I'm like, wait a minute.
You got to get in where you fit in now.
I mean, I'm just telling you, those are some interesting titles you guys have.
I'm sure you can add to yours, I'm sure.
All these powerful black women in here. All right.
Tell us a little bit about your podcast.
So it's called Meet Me in Napa Podcast. And I grew up in the Bay Area, grew up about 15 minutes from Napa, which, you know, when you're most young black kid or just black people in general didn't go to Napa growing up.
Right.
And so I moved out there about 5 years ago. A buddy of mine that I met in Barber College, he's from there, and that was my first introduction, 2013, to Napa. I used to come out there and hang out with him periodically to different things. So at the end of the pandemic, around 2021, he opened up a barbershop, and he asked me to come and work with him. And so I came, and it was one of the probably on the list of top 5 best moves of my life. It's up there.
Nice.
And if not one. And you just get ingratiated into a whole culture of wine. Of course, we all know that the wine culture is there.
Oh, yeah.
But you
Absolutely.
until you just are able to see it and meet the people personally, you just don't understand the massiveness of it and how it feeds and generates, you know, just around the whole world, really.
Yeah.
And so I got to meet interesting people from sitting in the barbershop, living in the community, because it wasn't just enough that I worked there, but I moved there.
Right.
So once I was in the community, they were so embracing. A lot of people were just so happy to see things changing, you know, like new blood, new voices, new people, and just relationships. And so the community embraced me so much. And I about year 2 of working in the shop, I was like, why isn't there a media hub in Napa?
Right.
Everyone in the world comes here.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I'm sitting in a barbershop and somebody that works at a restaurant or something, and he says, "Oh man, Carmelo Anthony came in today, or LeBron came today." Or,
Oh, wow.
We just saw Justin Bieber. It's every week.
Yeah.
I don't go a
yeah.
month without hearing about who came
Everybody
to
goes.
visit, right?
Yeah.
Jumped off the airplane. You know, I know a bunch of people who do car service, and they'll be like, you know, after they leave, they'll be like, yeah, I was just driving around such and such, you know. So anyways, I just thought, well, there should be somebody telling these stories about, not just about Napa, like the grapes alone, but the actual people
Right.
who service the industry, who are putting their hand in the dirt, who are in the restaurants and in the community, even outside of food and wine.
I love
so,
it.
yeah, so that was kind of like my vision, and that's what I'm
Yes.
doing. Yeah.
Love
Well,
it.
we are
Go
so
ahead.
happy to have you here.
Thank
Yes,
you.
yes, so
Thank
happy
you.
to have you here.
Glad to
Yes.
be here. I'm
Yes.
glad I was able to make it. I was so excited today. I was telling her before I flew from Atlanta this morning, almost missed the flight because I was asleep and hanging out too late last night. And,
ATL.
smoking cigars with the homies, you know. And so, yeah, and then I came in, and so I'm like here, and when I got here and everything worked out, I started thinking like, man, I'm like living my dream right now.
Yeah,
I
that's what's
am.
up.
Yeah.
I am. Like
Yes.
this part of life is just exciting to me right now. Just be able to do this. So I'm thankful for you guys for having me on.
Well, we're excited to have you.
Super excited.
So we're going to get into the nit and gritty. So for us, we always start off with some type of quote. So today is kind of a song quote, I would say. Okay. So here we go. Let's get this. Testing my mic. Okay.
Test it.
I need something that's stronger. Friendship, trust, honor, respect, admiration. The whole experience has been such a
I know what you're
revelation.
talking about.
It's taught me love and how to be a real man, to always be considerate and do all I can. Protect you, you're my lady, and you mean so much. My body tingles all over with the finest touch in your hand. You understand every chosen and time, and to meet face to face. Okay.
Tell you. Hey.
So anyway, we wanted to have a quote to get the conversation started a little bit.
All right, that was
and
heavy.
one of the things that it made me think about, is there a difference between today's artists and the way they express love, men specifically, Jeremy, express love, express commitment back then versus now?
Yes. The hard answer, yes. But also, I think that like it was funny on the way here. Bryson Tiller just released an album, so I was listening to it on the airplane on the way here, and they call him toxic R&B. You know, you know what I think though? I think there is a difference between how people used to make songs, but I don't think that their lives were any different behind the music. In their personal lives were
Right.
very toxic, right? So somebody singing, I give you the sun, the moon, and
The
stuff. But then,
stars,
yeah, see, look how y'all
I give you the
right?
world.
But second of all, somebody else was writing those lyrics, and
Right.
those dudes, they probably was in their young 20s and toxic as well,
Yeah.
I just think today's music really reflects the real person,
The
more
actual
so
person.
than actual back in the day.
That makes
It was
sense.
more of an image, like with Whitney Houston. When we found out the real Whitney Houston was such a shock.
Yes.
Right.
Because she
Don't
was,
remind
yeah,
me.
I know, we listen to You Give Good Love, and
Yeah.
we listen to, we found out, man, Whitney off the hook.
Yeah.
Gangster.
Yeah, right. Everybody used to blame Bobby Brown, but after the real story came out, we
Yeah.
were like, no, it was.
Yeah.
Don't remind me. It hurt my feelings. It hurt my
Yeah,
feelings.
so
Yeah.
yeah.
What do you guys think?
I was going to say, a lot of people always say, too, I can't stand that new music. I like that old music, but I actually like it because I feel like, again, it's coming like Sweetie, rich nigga, that's my type. Like, I mean, she not playing. They not, I like this a song. I forgot who it was. I like my hair done, my nails done. I like, they're direct and they're saying what they want. There's no room for to be confused. So,
none.
it's direct, it's a little ratchet, but I mean, most of us are
Very.
from the hood or we ain't come from a whole, and that's what we've been around and seen. So I'm not opposed to it. So yes, it's a different it's not that pull you in with the sun, the moon, and all that, but it's I like
Hey, y'all
it,
don't
but
like
you
them
gotta come
dudes
with this.
anyway.
Yeah, I think it's a
We
little.
really the R&B dudes
No, I like Babyface.
to date.
I would. Well, anyway, listen, I think the music today is a little bit too vulgar. Of course, I can get with it and I can
with
dance to it. I can snap my fingers and say some of the words and stuff too. But I think it's a little bit too vulgar. I think the music back in the day, it left something to the imagination.
Yes.
It was more like romanticized. Now today is just hardcore and overly sexed. That's what I think. So coming from the perspective of having children, I think it's a little bit too much.
Yeah.
I absolutely agree with you, Carla. I think it's just over sexualized, women glamorized, like they have no shame with showing all that TNA and stuff like that. And like back then it was poetry. It was like, it gave you it made you feel a certain way. Like when you listen to R&B music now, it don't make you feel a certain way. It's more in your head.
Sexual.
Yes, it's just like, oh, okay, well, yeah, let's turn up this and third. When you listen to like Luther Vandross and Whitney and all them back in the day, you felt some type of emotion. It was relatable. You wanted to either relate to it or it related to you.
Yeah.
Right. Now that we talked about the song and we talked about the difference between today and back then, we want to now transition a little bit into how that relates to us in our relationships. So as a reminder, I want to go over the 5 love languages for you. So words of affirmation is expressing love through spoken and written encouragement, appreciation, and kind words. Then we get into acts of service. So acts of service is showing love by doing things for someone else, a lot of times without asking, taking the load off of someone else. That's a big one, right?
Yes.
And then receiving gifts, giving thoughtful gifts as a tangible item of love, as a symbol of love. So quality time, giving someone your full attention, undivided attention, being there present with your mind and your body. And physical touch, making sure that you are giving those caressful moments and love and hugs. So those were our 5 love languages. So what I like to do is go around and have everyone give us your top 2 love language, because we all took the test.
Yes.
And Jeremy, as well as Dr. Carmen, wasn't with us last time, so I'm really interested to hear what y'all have.
Yes.
So let's go ahead and start with Jeremy. What were your top 2 love languages?
I think taking the load off of one another.
Oh, the acts of
The
service.
acts of service. That's
Wow,
really
nice.
big for me. Yeah. That's really big for me. Life is hard.
Yes.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So it's just sometimes if you just, and this is not just towards me, I think reciprocal, both, if somebody says it's already done. One fight in my house are the dishes. And so I ain't gonna lie, I'll walk past the dishes and then I'll frustrate my wife out and then she'll just wash them angrily. But that was in the beginning. Now it's kind of like, okay, that's your thing, but there's other things that I do. Right.
Right.
So it's just, I don't know what it is. I think I have some childhood trauma from dishes. So
You had to wash them every night.
yeah.
Like
I know I got. I know I got a couple
Yeah.
whoopings behind
Yeah,
some dishes.
right.
On top of some other things that I did, but yeah. So that one, and then you said there was.
What was the second top?
And what was the other?
So it was words of affirmation, receiving gifts, quality time, physical touch. It's physical touch.
you know what? I would say physical touch, but it's different because I'm not a PDA guy.
That's interesting.
So I have to, not forcefully, but I
Please.
do it on purpose.
Yeah.
Because I know it pleases her.
Got it.
Got you.
But
Because that's her love language.
Yeah,
Yes.
but it don't do nothing for me.
Okay, so
personally.
what's your second?
So my
love
second
language,
would
top?
I would say it's touch, but I like it when we're just like at home, we're just like on the couch
Quality
and
time.
watching TV and
Sound
our
like
feet are
quality
touching
time.
each other. Like I'll throw a fit if this how I know, because like if we're on the couch and we're watching TV and her feet ain't touching, I'm like, why your feet ain't touching? And she'll be like, or like, I know she got an attitude about something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So so I like stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair. Simona, what were your top 2?
My top 2 are definitely acts of service. I love when somebody does something and, take care of it and take that load off, because I do live a busy life.
Yeah.
But I am now, it's changed a little bit. I do value quality time more.
Okay.
But, I say do them all. But I do like, positive affirmations. So I
Right,
know
right,
that's
right.
real good,
Right.
things like that. But the top 2 are acts of service and the quality time.
Okay. Mine, quality time, of course. And it's always been one of my top 2 for sure. You got to spend that time with the one you want, right? And give your all into that time. That shows the love. that shows the respect. And so I definitely need that. Okay. And then my other one is acts of service. Listen, please take some of this load off of me. And when it's done without asking, you have hit it. You have hit that love language to the 10th degree. Because life is hard and I'm tired, y'all. I'm tired. And when that load is light, I love you. My husband does that too. Thank you, baby.
Yes. So I've taken this a few times, and it's always acts of service. So acts of service is my number one. And just as you guys said, I just like that makes me feel loved when someone does something for me, takes a load off where I don't have to think about it. It's just already done. So that's how I feel loved. So that is definitely my love language. And then the second one was words of affirmation. So yeah, I like to be pumped
You're
up.
so pretty.
I like yes, and thank you. Yes,
I noticed
need
that's
that.
a big one for women in general.
Not for all women.
Not for all.
Okay,
yeah. Gifts,
don't jump
all
on
that.
me.
No,
I hear you.
I'm gonna say no. I'm saying
Yeah.
because it's almost like if I make a joke. I told my wife one day. I said, if I asked you, do I look pretty as many times you asked me, you think I was crazy.
Oh.
I'm not making it negatively, but
Right.
this isn't the first time, relationship that I've had where it's just, I just noticed that the women just need constant validation.
Yeah.
I think it depends, because for me personally, if I'm dressed up and we're about to go somewhere, yes, I want to hear, do I look good? Do I need to change something? Give me something. So I'm looking for it at that moment. But I don't want it every day, all the time, on a general note, just when we stepping out.
Okay.
So for me, it's not one of my tops because I don't need it.
Yeah,
I don't need it.
And mine
I think
just
you're fake
isn't-
if you say it.
Yeah, that's true. I would feel the same way.
Like, what you
Yeah.
want? What you want?
I think it's not just about like your physical appearance, but it's also like, okay, what are you doing in your life? Like, that was a good job. You did a really good job when
Yes,
you did that.
yes.
Or, I liked when such and such,
Yes.
as well as, what, you look good.
Right.
That is all good. But I also think that there are a lot of women that need validation because social media, there's all kinds of distractions that get men's attention. So to know that your man is looking at you
That's
and checking
right.
for you
Yep.
makes definitely makes me feel good.
Right.
But it's
And I'm
also
not
Right.
making it a negative thing. I'm just saying it's the thing that I noticed.
Yeah.
absolutely. Yeah, I
And
didn't
is
take it as
and-
negative.
Yeah. And let's keep going to
Yeah.
Carmen. Carmen, tell us your top 2 love languages.
Yeah, so my first one is acts of service,
Yes.
particularly when I didn't ask. And I think it's important to keep in mind that these love languages are not just for romantic relationships,
Right.
but for friendships
Absolutely.
as well.
Yep.
Carla, there have been times when you have called me and asked me if I needed help with something, and I was just so touched by it because, yes, I needed some help.
Please help me.
Yes, and I felt, thought of,
Right.
And so when my husband engages in acts of service, I feel like, okay, I'm on his mind. He's thinking about me and what I need, So that was my top one. And then the second one was quality time.
Yes.
Especially when my husband plans it.
Yes.
Or one of my friends calls and say, let's go to the spa. Okay, I'm there. Let's
Yes.
go.
Yes.
Ready.
Yes.
But that quality time is important to me too.
Yes.
So those are my top 2.
All right, Gigi.
Well, mine's changed. So in part
Yep.
1, it was words of affirmation.
Okay.
But now it's changed to quality time and acts of service. So
Yes.
I would say not really one is more than the other. Both are very, very important to me because that's just when I'm all in.
Okay.
When you can, like all of you guys said, take the load off, especially entrepreneurs, like ourselves,
Yes.
and just really just take this load off and give us more of that soft life vibe. I mean, is that
That's
the
the
word
thing
now? Is
now.
that
That's
the
soft
word
life,
now?
soft life.
That
Yeah.
soft life.
Yeah.
I just want to go home, kick my feet up, drink some wine, light a candle up, get my feet rubbed. I want to. When I feel like I can just turn off my alpha womanness,
Yes,
that
and be
doing,
feminine
and
and
be
just-
soft and just chill, relax, and give that energy to my man. Oh my God, it just puts you in a place, in a zone where you just gonna do. some things.
Did we
Right.
all say
Move.
acts of service? Did we all say
Most
acts
of us
service?
said acts of service. I think
we
that's
all said
business
acts of
people.
service.
I think
Yeah,
that's
I was just gonna
business-minded
say that. I was
entrepreneurs.
just going to say that.
We
We always
listen.
doing.
We're doing
always
too much.
Doing something. Yeah. We
Yeah.
always moving.
I have a
Moving and
thought.
shaking.
Okay,
Yeah.
what's the thought?
So let's just say, let's just hypothetically, everyone is married, right, at this
Yeah.
table,
Okay.
and all of your husbands make enough money where you don't have to work.
Okay.
Would you guys just be at home and just raise kids and just?
No.
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 But y'all want the man to take the load off you, right?
Yes.
But
yes.
it's
Yes.
not just financially.
And I'm not saying it has to be housewife. I'm just saying, what if the income he made just where it was just like, well, I could go be entrepreneur, but it doesn't matter because he's already doing.
No,
still
I
do?
would have no
Okay.
purpose.
Yeah,
I would
you
have
no
to have your own
purpose. And
life.
for me, living this life and figuring out what it is
Right.
about having meaning and fulfillment
That's
and
right.
purpose. So I would be probably doing some of the stuff that I do now.
Yes.
I would be, really engaging in more personal development. I would be volunteering. So there's a lot of stuff that I would be doing.
And I
still
agree.
use his help.
Yeah.
I agree. I would definitely be doing more things I want to do. And I would be working probably part-time for sure. I would say, hey, let me do about 2 days a week. I'm going to work. I'm going to do something meaningful. I still like to service people with disabilities. But then I'm going to have my spa day.
Yeah.
Every
thinking
week.
that too.
Every
Yeah.
week.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
the balance would be totally different
Yeah.
than it is. So that's, yeah.
But if
So
my
we
load
still
was
would
taken
work.
off too, I could say if my load was totally taken off, I'd make sure stuff was, even if I didn't cook, I'd have it ordered or brought it in or get a chef.
Wait,
or,
you would cook?
No, sometimes.
I would have a chef.
No, sometimes, but then I can do because I got other stuff. I don't say I ain't gonna have no purpose because I got all kind of stuff going and
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
enough hours of the day ever to do everything I got to do. And,
Right.
and I have a social life and people and spa days. So no, take the load off
That's
and you
right.
will be fed. And even if I didn't clean up, so I'll send a maid over.
Yeah.
I like working, ladies.
Yes.
Like I don't like if my man. I've been in a relationship where he could have just took care of me and da. But no, I feel like I need purpose in my life, like you as well,
Yeah.
Carmen. I want to be able to do more for my legacy. You know what I mean? So even if he did, no, I have to work.
Right.
I have to have something. I don't want our relationship to be stagnant either. Like
Yes.
we need to have some things to discuss. We have to have emotional conversations and something and just make it what do you call it, the spark alive.
Right.
Make it
Right.
Yeah,
spicy.
spicy.
Right.
Yeah,
Definitely
tell me
need
what you
that
did
spice.
today. But I need to have my life, my friends, my stuff, and he needs to have his. And then we come home, I'm on that soft vibe, and it's on.
So I had, before we started, I gave them a little assignment. So everyone, you guys have your boards in front of you, right?
Okay.
So what I like to do before we get so heavy into conversation, because we're going to get back to conversation, but we're going to take a little moment break and play a little flash game, okay?
Okay.
And so everybody hold up your paddles for a second. So on one side, you have representation of women. Can you put that on your side? All right. All right. And then on the opposite side, you have a representation of a male. You see, they chose their own pictures. I want y'all to know. Okay. All right. So what
But I
I'm
didn't
going
get the one that I
baby.
wanted.
Who did you
though.
want?
I wanted this one.
No, you want that in real life. You don't.
That's what you wanted.
Okay, keep it real.
I tried. So what I'm going to do, ladies and gents, I am going to say a quote or an answer, right? And it's I'm going to say a question, and the answer is going to be either male or female from your perspective, okay? And then I'll give you what the answer is from Dr. Google and Miss AI.
Okay.
Got it?
Got it.
All right, here we
Okay.
go. We're not going to go into discussion. We'll do that later.
Okay.
Speed round. Ready? Mm-hmm. Got to watch y'all because y'all. All right, here we go.
See.
Uh-huh. Okay. Who is most likely to say I love you first in a relationship, men or women? So you have, let me see what y'all have.
Women.
Oh, you have women. You have
I have
man.
a woman.
I guess
Beyonce.
Simona, that's what happens in her relationship.
Oh, the
Go,
men- the
Simona,
men-
with your
okay.
bad self.
We
All right.
trust-
He better tell me first.
Because you going to wait it out?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, moving right along. Who is more likely to show love by fixing things around the house without being asked, men or women?
Oh.
That without being
Without
asked
being
part.
asked?
Without being asked. that's that part.
She said, wait,
Without being
Right.
without being asked.
that's funny.
Because acts of service, remember, acts of service is doing these things without being asked.
That's true.
That's acts of service.
But
That's
see,
the real deal.
Are we trying to say like what majority? Because I mean our own perspective.
In your own perspective, what you think? What you think majority?
majority,
Would be?
yeah.
Majority.
Okay,
Majority. Majority. Would it be men or women?
Oh, it's
Y'all don't know what y'all want to say. Let me
it's
see.
definitely this.
Simona got men doing everything. Let me see.
She does.
Okay, women.
She does.
I'm kind of
So
in the
you
middle.
think women?
Yeah, I am in the middle.
Okay,
in the middle. I ain't gonna
remember
lie.
the question.
Without being asked.
Who
Yeah,
is
when you
more
said without being
likely to
asked.
show love by fixing things around the house without being asked?
Oh, it's women.
It's
I'm
women.
gonna say
Yes.
women.
Women.
We are
What you got, Simone?
solvers.
Simone, you know you
Nah, I
got
gotta
men.
stand for the men.
You women
I know more. I mean, I know more women that will go ahead and
do it.
And that's why they were
Because
saying
it's
back
without
down
being
and be
asked.
soft and let a man do stuff. But you too alpha because you ready to go do everything.
Okay.
So, and you don't want to be saying you ask for nothing. So they go ahead and do it.
Okay, I'm gonna flip the question now that y'all done put it out there. Who is most likely to show love by fixing things if you ask, or if it's a do list? They know it has to be. Now it's men, huh? See, that's what
Don't,
y'all
yeah,
do.
it's definitely men. I mean,
If you ask,
now
you
now
ask,
we put it in
right.
their face.
All right, here we go.
Yeah.
Let's keep-
It's a pride thing. What you ask, I can't.
you got to do it,
But
right?
I would say majority.
Right.
You know?
Okay. Number 3. Here we go. It has to do with receiving gifts. Who is most likely to remember and give thoughtful anniversary presents?
We're talking about majority.
Majority.
Not Carla,
Majority.
but majority.
I can't see the answers.
Women.
Women, all
Women.
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 Yeah.
And see, for me, it's men. It's, well, yeah. Okay, go ahead. Because I have a horrible memory in the past. I didn't remember.
Oh man.
For real.
Oh, that is true.
Y'all.
That is true.
For me personally, oh my God.
Yeah,
Okay.
she remembers.
I was horrible.
Know what you into the person?
But
she
I
just
couldn't.
has a
I had bad
bad
memory.
memory.
I didn't
Period.
remember. I had to go look and see. Okay, when did we start dating? Okay, anyway,
Dates, probably.
yeah. All right, quality time. Who is you watching? Okay.
Oh, no.
Who is most likely to complain when their partner is distracted during a date night? Who go complain? The
Majority women.
You just said you complain because if she ain't touching you, if she ain't here, what?
You said that's on a. You said
That's
a date.
personally. That's true.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's
date night.
true.
Where y'all at? Everybody women. Okay. All right, couple more. Who is most likely to initiate hand holding and cuddling in public?
I feel.
Oh.
I want to say when.
Ah.
I don't know. I feel.
Is it
just depends.
Tupac or Beyonce?
Well, Tupac. Nah, Tupac was a gentleman.
Was he?
Yeah, he was.
Okay, you got your answer?
Yeah, I'm gonna say.
Okay, majority had what?
I said
Majority had men. Okay, all right. Words of affirmation. Who is most likely to give direct verbal compliments about their partner's appearance?
Men.
We just talked about this earlier. Men. You have women.
I have women.
You okay?
Yeah, because I think a woman's going to be the first. Oh, you look so handsome.
That's
or
true.
you look good. Or,
Gotcha.
oh, baby, you smell good.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's when you're trying to catch her when you're in a relationship.
You come out the room and like, okay.
Right. Okay, I'm just going to do 2 more. Okay, who is most likely to splurge on an expensive surprise gift? Who's going to splurge on that surprise gift? Oh, Dr. Google and Miss AI said men.
I'm gonna say men.
They said men.
I'm gonna say men.
Okay. Last one I'm gonna do is who is more likely to try to initiate intimacy as their main way to show love?
Men.
Men. That's it, y'all. Okay, so let's go back to who is most likely to splurge on surprise gifts. It kind of goes with Dr. Google and Miss AI said that most women feel that they appreciate thoughtful gifts more than men do. So why do you think that? Why do you think women appreciate more thoughtful, meaningful gifts rather than expensive ones? But yet men are spending more money on the expensive gifts.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's opposite kind of.
Wait, okay, so say that one more time. Women.
Women mostly appreciate gifts that are more thoughtful than than expensive. But men tend to buy more expensive gifts as a sign of love.
Okay, so women want more thoughtful gifts because they want to feel loved. So if it's a thoughtful, they're going to feel love. Like, you took the time to really know what it is that I want.
Right.
I think men lead with their pocketbooks.
Yeah.
So they feel like, oh, if I spend all this money, this equates to how much I love you. Yeah. So I think that's the difference. And for me, I don't care about expensive gifts. If you just, I mean, I do like a gift. That's not my love
like
language, but
gift,
I like a good gift, right?
Right.
A good gift. Don't just, yeah, but it doesn't have to be expensive. Yeah. I think thoughtfulness means a lot. So, yeah.
Yeah, I remember one time I received a gift. It was a Louis Vuitton the little purse. Them things was $1,000. And I looked at him like, why in the heck did you spend all this money on this thing? But he's thinking it's expensive, it's nice, it's, people want it. And I'm like, no, we could have bought 5 different gifts, something that I need, something that I want. Yeah. So for me, it didn't put I appreciated it, but it wasn't thoughtful to me because it wasn't me.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
When was that a long time ago? Was that recently?
That was a long time ago.
It was a long time ago. Mm-hmm. So the reason why I was going to say that is because I think that as men, when we're younger, our mentality is different.
Got
right?
you.
Like, I wouldn't know. Like, I would never buy she's not a bag carrier. I would just never buy her. I wouldn't care if it was the most expensive Gucci bag. I brought her. She's like, I don't carry a bag. Mm-hmm. So when you're younger, we don't. I would speak for me. I can't say for everyone, but you're learning. You don't take the time to learn your woman the way you do as you get older.
Yeah.
So it's like, hey, I worked hard. Here's this gift,
Right.
And also there's something that we get from doing that, right? It helps me. Just like you want to be complimented when you get dressed up. Mm-hmm. Like, we want to be like, ooh, look at my man. Like, we want to feel like my woman is like, ooh, look, he went and bought me this pretty thing. But as you get older, you understand the value of things more, right?
Yes.
So I know you like, take it to Napa. I know you like Sauvignon Blanc. Right.
Uh-oh.
So instead of just doing a random wine tour, I'm going to take you to the best place that makes Sauvignon Blanc.
That's right.
Because
that's being thoughtful.
Yeah, that's more of a
that's
thoughtful
thing,
right?
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, no, that was very intentional. Like, that gift only fit you.
Yes.
Like, a bag can go to anyone.
Yes.
But this gift is only tailored to you because Simone ain't going to like that.
Right.
You guys aren't going to, that's not your thing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I think that's.
That exclusiveness.
Yeah, that exclusiveness is about
and
it.
So it's our maturity, a difference of maturity.
Yeah. So that's the part of just being with someone long enough, and they know you in a way to where when you're younger, you don't know how to, we don't know how to do that yet.
Yeah.
When you're young, just depending on the age range of that,
You gotta really get to
I was
know
going to say, I do
somebody,
agree
too.
with you, Jeremy. I do agree with you, and that is very thoughtful. I think it depends on the person, because a girl like me who likes things, likes gifts, right? So, I know I got a whole bunch of girls that love to say, oh, he spent, on a bag, or he bought me a Gucci, or he
that would
bought
mean
me
something to
that
you.
don't mean they're immature, but they would feel like a bottle of wine may cost $120 for the good one, right? Or no, go ahead and drop $3,500 on that Chanel. And my man got me this. He really liked me because he ain't gonna drop this bag without it, and it's not a maturity. I'll go take myself out to eat, or I'll go with my girls and have some wine. So I don't know, depending on that person or who they want, but I do know other people say, oh, he got me my favorite orchids. I love them, and they're ecstatic, and I don't care about that.
I've had that before too, of getting flowers, and it's like, oh, you didn't know I like, this flower. Like, you just go to the store and get flower, but you didn't. I thought
It
I
makes
told
a
you my
difference.
favorite. Yeah, like, because getting roses is the typical thing, right?
Yeah, but don't bring me no daisies.
Like, I don't like roses. Oh, you didn't know I didn't like roses? I'm like, and now I'm just like, well, damn it, you got flowers. You know what I mean?
That's what it says, the thought that counts.
That was a long time ago I said that.
Okay, so with that, I think it depends on how long you've been dating and knowing your partner, right? Because if you need to know what it is that they like if you guys have been dating for a long time. So if you know she doesn't like, roses, and you're buying her roses, then it's like, okay, then you're not even thinking of me.
You're not observing.
And I can't say the thought didn't, it was the thought that counts, right? So I think it's like understanding
because they
and
didn't
knowing your
think
partner.
too much.
if the woman communicated that was her favorite flower. See, if she kept accepting them, so I don't want to tell him, but I really, I like orchids.
And that does
stuff.
happen.
Yeah, that does happen too. Oh, that was nice. He got it, and your friends will tell you, girl, it's the thought. He thought about you. Don't you dare tell him your face. Like, just take the gift.
That is true. That's
That
hard
happens
because
too.
I've received gifts and I hate.
Oh, have you?
Yes, I have received gifts and.
It sounds like you know the gifts you received.
Because I
She
had-
had one gift that I don't think it was. I don't know if they thought about it,
They thought about it.
but
It just
it
wasn't
was
me.
a hot mess.
Spill
It
the
wasn't
tea.
me.
I still
What
got
was
that
it?
picture. I
Was this
want
the
you to know.
second time you brought it
I
up?
kept that picture
What
because
was
it is a hot mess.
It was this. It was just a gift that I just did not
It looked
like.
like one of the
Spill
flying
the
monkeys.
tea.
Yeah,
From,
the flying
from,
monkeys from.
I can't.
But that wasn't the first time that I got a gift like that. That just was not
What
my
was the gift?
style.
oh,
That's what I'm
my
talking
I
God.
want to know the gift. Come on, let's spice it up.
Go and
What
tell
was
him
the
the
gift?
gift. Tell him the gift. Because you don't want me to
Because we
say it.
ain't come here for play. What's the gift?
What's the
gosh.
gift?
It was this little pleather jacket with this rabbit.
Oh Lord.
The pleather was black. And the arms was white fur. Like the abominable snowman. And she took a picture and she was like Patti LaBelle a little bit and she looked like she was gonna fly away. She looked like the Funky Monkeys from
How am I gonna do this?
Babe, and she tried to make it look cute in the
that was
picture.
not cute.
She tried. It was a hot
was like,
mess.
even the buttons is cheap.
Oh.
You can't even make it look.
It looks
she said, you
horrible.
said I can make it.
It was
You
a
can't-
hot
we
mess.
can't- yeah, you couldn't do nothing with it. But also, this is what I'm gonna say, and I'll hardly take up for men. But a couple of the guys Carla dated and received gifts, and I think that's that guy. I don't even think it's that he didn't get to know her. He wanted her to look this way.
Yes.
Because sometimes she can be very conservative.
Well,
I asked her to.
It was the
get
wrong
tighter
person.
clothes,
He was trying to shape her.
Right, but he was trying to shape her.
Exactly.
He liked
Yeah.
tighter dresses. He
Yeah.
liked short.
He wanted to
liked
be in a
that-
strip club.
He
Yeah,
liked,
he
well,
wanted to be in
I
a
ain't gonna
strip
say
club.
that. He just liked.
That's the clothes that was bought.
Yeah.
He just, but that's what he
Yeah.
wanted.
Yeah,
That
that's
don't
what he
mean-
wanted.
So,
And that's the thing too. I'm glad that we have a male here because now we can talk about that, right? So, do you buy things? Okay? If you want your partner to be a certain way, do you push that on them? So if you know, like you like, I like, you know,
Your
tight
favorite-
jeans, and I like this, so I'm gonna buy her this as opposed to her style.
You know what? Now, no. But yes, there was
In
a
the
time,
past,
in the past.
Yeah.
But I would say this, like, it's funny because I tend to be like when we dress more of the stylish person.
Yes.
In this particular relationship, and my wife sometimes she just like I don't want to make sense. It's not that she don't care, but she dresses nice, but she's not stylish.
Right.
Should I say? You know, there's people just have that pizzazz when they dress, right?
Yeah.
And
Tread lightly, tread lightly.
Miss Jenkins, like back in the day, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like that's why you're the fashion style. Like you, just, and I'm not, because I want to.
Yeah.
I say uncomfortable truths, right? That's
Yes,
what I say, right?
uncomfortable
So, yeah,
truth.
speak it.
So the point is what I'm saying, but at this point, that doesn't matter to me. It's just like as long as you're sexy, like if you could just be sexy when it's time to be sexy, that's all that really matters to me. The
Okay.
day to day don't really,
Right.
You know. And part of it is I always tell this is a constant argument. Well, not an argument, but it's a constant. She shows me something, and she said, "What you think about this?" I was like, "It's not the clothes, it's the body."
Ooh.
That's what I always tell
Sweet.
them. So if you know, you can, these magazines, I have a tall woman wearing an outfit and then you want to go buy it, but you don't have the same makeup as the person they're trying to promote you in, right? So you have to wear things that
fits
fit
your body. I agree.
You know what
I
mean?
agree.
Yeah.
I
And so
agree.
just because it's tight and short doesn't mean it's sexy.
That's
Right.
right.
You know what I mean?
That's
So
right.
you have to learn that. So
Right.
that's,
Speak it.
but
Speak
this
it.
this is mature Jeremy speaking, because when they watch this, they're gonna be like, "That nigga ain't like that."
Right.
This 40-year-old Jeremy talking.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
But you grow into these type of understandings.
Yes.
Right.
And so I give her the I'm like, dress how you want to dress or whatever. Now there are times, but she's done it to me. Like we're gonna go out and she's like, "Oh, you gonna wear that?"
right.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Oh, you gonna wear those shoes? Every time I get dressed, I'm like, "Babe, what shoes? This one?" We do that, right?
Yes.
You kind of like, "Oh, wear
Yes.
those and that one," because I might be
Right.
feeling this one and that one. So it's not like I always have it all together. I still get her opinion as well.
Right.
But I just think that when it comes to, especially when women wearing clothes, your sexiness, your clothes need to fit your
Your body
body
shape.
and your style, and also the personality and character who you
Absolutely.
are.
Right,
Absolutely.
right. So,
That's good.
okay, so that was receiving gifts. Let's move on to acts of service. Go back to acts of service, okay? So, why do you think men show love through acts of service instead of just saying, I love you? Why do they do it? They do it instead of saying, I love you. It's so hard.
Because that's the only way we've been shown that we're appreciated in the world.
Got you. Okay.
We really don't. Like, Chris Brown said it, TLC said it, no scrubs, no this. So all we know, Chris Brown, when a rich nigga wants you.
Yeah, that's
I can't do nothing for you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like the only way men have been shown in the world we're valuable is through, material.
And doing
And not just like the fanciest of things, but just being able to provide.
Provide.
So it's like, hey, I'm a provider. Look what I provided. Look what I provided. That's our love.
Yeah.
That's our affirmation.
Yeah.
You know, how earlier when I was saying, you guys got to get complimented all the time. But
Right.
it's like ours is, look, almost like that little kid
Look what
says,
I've
look what I
done.
can do.
What have I done? Yeah.
But it becomes
Yeah.
if if we don't have money or we're not creating or adding value, we're living under a bridge somewhere. There's no homeless shelters for us.
Right. And I think that goes back to saying we have to learn how to do our love language based on that particular person's, not your own.
Right.
That's
Right?
right.
Not your own.
Yeah.
So,
Love them from their perspective as well. Yeah.
so let's get a little grimy. Why are men, according to Dr. Google and Miss AI, why are men more likely to cheat for physical gratification or curiosity?
Ego. It feeds their ego. It makes them feel like, I'm the man. I can have that person, that person, that person. It's just not. It's greed. It's not just being satisfied. You can have all these, different ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Greed, boredom, not receiving that in the relationship they're in.
Right.
Seeking something out, seeking validation.
Yeah.
Conquering.
Conquering. Yep.
Yes.
It can be, many things.
So that's what us women are saying. What do you say, Jeremy?
Right. And the immature Jeremy.
The immature.
Let's
We
talk-
have them married now.
You want Tupac?
Right, Tupac.
Yeah.
Tupac
You want
version.
Tupac answer?
Give a
Just
Tupac
a
answer.
general.
I'm going to
no.
answer that, but I want
Right.
to ask a question first.
Yes.
Do you think biologically that we were made to only be with one person for the rest of our lives?
You mean men and women,
Men
or
and
just
women.
That's a loaded question.
You said biologically.
Just by nature.
By nature?
I think it's very
do you believe
hard.
in the concept that there is only one person that can do it for you forever?
No.
No.
Okay.
No.
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 I don't either, right? And
Okay.
I think when you
But we're saying cheat.
Cheat.
Remember,
Yeah,
cheat.
cheat.
Well-
You're in a relationship.
that's what I'm going to get
Okay.
to that. I'm
Gotcha.
going to get to that.
Okay.
Because
Polyamorous.
no.
Who did we bring here?
No, I mean, listen, I've cheated, right?
Okay.
And so I mean, I gotta be truthful about it because, like I
Yeah.
say, they're gonna be like, I've cheated, and I think that the way that society is structured, it's like this is the way life goes.
Yep.
And we're all trying to fit into that mold, and then we get frustrated when life doesn't turn out that way.
Yep.
Okay.
Right. So, I'm not saying that I disagree with one person forever. I don't disagree with that. But if you, from the Bible to history to everything else, men have always had multiple women.
Yes, they did.
Always. You know what I mean? And it's nothing new. And yet we had the guy at the concert, the Coldplay concert. The guy that went viral. Remember the
Yeah,
screen?
he
and he jumped off the screen
Yeah.
at the
Holding
concert.
Oh, yeah,
his-
yeah.
Yeah, the CEO of that company that just went viral.
Got caught.
But we have to do that because the expectation is if I give you me with women, I always tell people all the time, we move a certain way because that's how we have to move to have you.
Okay.
But if that was not your requirement, most men probably wouldn't live that way.
There you go.
So we live that way because that's your requirement to have you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's my
That's what I'm not
understanding.
saying.
And
I'm
I
not
would
willing to
agree
share
with
that.
that with
That's
majority of men.
Yeah,
Not
the
all,
majority of
obviously.
men, yeah.
But majority,
yeah.
yes.
But then the other flip side of it is it's lack of discipline.
Yes.
It really is.
Yes.
I mean, no matter what, we can theorize and have all these ideologies all we want, but there is something to be said about the structure of family,
Yes.
children, home, stability. And when you try to mince it when you water it down, at least in today's world, I can't speak for thousands of years ago, but in today's world, when you try to mince it down, it causes so much disruption and chaos in our community.
It does.
And so, but still, that still doesn't take away from, I don't think nature-wise, we were born to just only be with one person for the rest of our lives. I just, but in order for life to kind of go the way it should go and structurally and different things like that, then yes, it's best. In work,
It gives peace for me.
In work, you have things called best practices.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
We all know that in
Best
job,
practice, right.
So it's the best practice because that brings out the highest outcome if you move in that direction.
Right.
But I don't, I tell, and I've been honest, when I say the uncomfortable truth, I've been honest. One of the things I think the reason why my relationship has worked so strong now because I've learned so much about who I am and I led into this relationship with such raw honesty that I never did before.
Yeah.
Before I used to cover up, I had a lot of, covering up.
Yeah.
But now it's one thing, and I told her, I said, I don't think, if it ever was to happen, the act alone wouldn't be enough for us to end because our relationship is so great.
Okay.
Because it's not the act alone. There has to be a lot of variables that make up before I would make that decision. Like if it was like my friend or something like that, But if it was just something and you fell for someone, I think that can happen. I just, in real life, without trying to dance around the nuances of it, in real life, you can find someone attractive and it can blow your mind and you can maybe have a moment of weakness for a time. Now, what that looks like and how that transgresses, now if you leave and try to go be with that, I think that's where all the mistakes happen. You try to go leave what you built. You can't leave what you built and go try to build somewhere else. It doesn't work. That's why they have murder documentaries all day.
They got a lot of them. A lot of them.
All day, and that's usually how they start. You know what I mean? So, but best practices and, people want to, throw, which, of course, I grew up in, was religiously God said, one man, one woman. I believe that's best practice.
Yes.
That's where the blessings and that's where the growth and that's where prosperity comes in families and homes.
And discipline, like you
Right.
said, too.
Discipline, yeah.
Right.
But why we cheat, man? Men are just, sometimes they're just loose. I mean, and today,
They're just loose.
Well, no, I mean,
loose.
I wanted to
And it's
touch-
on both ends. I
It's
want you
on-
to know,
I
women.
know
I
that.
think
I
women
was
are
waiting for
better
one of y'all.
cheaters.
I want y'all to tell the
Women
truth
are
about
better
women, 'cause I
cheaters
know
than
the truth.
men all day, every day. And I know a
I've been
lot of
cheated
women
on.
that cheat, and
Yeah.
they are very good at it, but
I've
men are
clutched
not.
the pillow with tears and high
Yeah.
school. Yeah, and I've been cheated on. I know, and so I think the narrative is that we do it more. I just think
You guys are not good at it.
no, that's not true. You know what it is? I think that that part of that is true, but I think the other part is because you guys don't pursue. Men pursue, so there's an outcome that comes when you're the pursuer. When the attention always just comes to you.
Okay.
So you can hold and keep the secret, like where men have to break patterns to cheat. Women don't really have to break patterns to cheat
No.
as much.
Because the
as
men that
do.
they cheat with will just go along with it.
They'll just go along
and they'll
with
be your
it.
best
Yeah.
friend sitting next to you.
I see that.
But
Right.
women are naturally what they say are more emotional when it comes to that physical touch,
Right.
that the sexual ness, and then versus the men are more of the physical component. So I see what you're saying as far as you cheat, and men may not look that deep into it, and women might be more hurt by it emotionally. But
Can I ask a question?
Yes, please.
I'm sorry, I don't want to take you off your
No,
script.
go ahead.
No, that's fine. This is good.
Because we're talking about cheating, right?
Right.
And there's a lot of narratives in the world today where people say, "Hey, if a man cheats, I don't do business with him," or I wouldn't do business.
I
with
just
a man
heard
cheats."
that.
Yeah, I heard that.
Yes.
And I think that's BS. But
because how would you know?
right. But at the same time, as women in a friend group of women,
Okay.
if you know your friend is cheating,
Okay.
do you still remain friends with her if she continues in that? Because now think about on the other side, right? You're one of y'all husbands are cheating, and the friend knew. You be pissed off at the friend as well once you find out, right?
Absolutely.
There's like a
Yes.
distrust, like, man, you've been coming
Absolutely.
over here for Thanksgiving.
Absolutely.
We've been
Right.
at my table, and you knew my husband was doing this, right?
Right.
So how do you guys handle that when you know that's happening amongst women when you're in your friend group?
Well, for me personally, if my friend is cheating and I know that she truly, really doesn't want to ruin the relationship she's in, that she's cheating on, I would just try to convince her, listen, girl, leave that alone. Because if you lose this relationship, this is going to happen. Look at the consequences. Is this really worth it? But in the end, she will still remain my friend, unless she's just tacky. I mean, it got to. If she put me in the lies and all that stuff, then no, I'm stepping away.
Yeah.
But if she keeping it herself and she's doing it on her own, and I'm trying to give her words of wisdom, I just step back, because in the end, that's her business.
Yeah, I've seen it, and I had to close my mouth and didn't agree. Talk to a friend about it.
Yeah,
and they had their validation and their whatever quote unquote reasons. But I have a friend, and I consider her a good friend. But she said if your guy was cheating, I wouldn't tell you. And I was like, what? Oh, hold on, I thought we was
no, that's a whole nother level.
Yeah, she was like,
that's
no,
different.
because people, when your man pattern off, you know what he doing. So then if I tell you, because he was cool with her guy, she was like, then if I tell you, you're gonna get mad at me. But like it is, so when your man is off and when things are off. I don't need to do that. We have a discernment, we have a intuition. So I'm just gonna tell you. If I know, I'm not gonna tell you. And I was like, I'm kind of mad. I was kind of irritated. Like, what?
Yeah,
but
I
she
don't know
was
to be
straight
my
up, so I
friend.
have to respect it. But I was like, oh, okay. Yeah.
Do you guys think that men secretly do love quality time?
Yeah, no, I don't think it's a secret. I love
Right,
it.
secretly, yeah.
Well, because the stats say that men don't value the quality time as much as women do.
That
Yes.
was my partner's
And
number
so-
one, is quality time.
Right. So do you feel that that men do love that quality time, but they may not act like it as much?
I just think it looks different.
Okay, what does it look like?
Like, I think quality time is not just like merely just being in your presence.
Okay.
Right. So like, I think women are just like, hey, my man's over there. I'm here. There's quality time. We're doing whatever. Like me, quality time is like I say when we're sitting on the couch.
Right.
You know what I mean? Watching picking a movie, fighting over I scroll too much. You know what I mean? Like I find that as quality time.
Right.
Like, you always take 15 minutes to find a movie, and it's like our little routine, right?
Yes.
Or we know we're going to dinner, or we know we're going to go do things. But then I think sometimes quality time for women could be something that we just don't want to do.
Like
That's a
going
good point.
Going to a wedding, going to somebody's party.
Right.
Yeah.
So I promise,
So it looks different.
I promise God. So sometimes my wife be like, "Oh, my best friends, they're having a plan," and I'm like, "I'm not." Sometimes I'm not going.
Yeah.
And we established that early on. No, I said because I've learned, because I'm older when I got into this relationship. It's not like we've been dating since 20, right?
Right.
Where you kind of feel like you're getting drugged all over the place.
Yeah.
I think men feel like we get drugged to a lot of things we don't want to do, and you need to recognize that and be like, "Hey, babe, I'm going to go do this. If you want to come, if not, it's cool. Don't give the attitude, because we don't want your attitude."
Yeah.
We
Because
don't
then if
want
you
your
start
attitude.
saying, if you let one no go, then they're gonna keep doing
Look, see?
it. Now you
Look.
gotta find a date. Listen, I
You
know
gotta
somebody.
find a date?
I'm saying if you go to a wedding and you got
No.
You don't wanna go by
I'm not talking
yourself.
about weddings. Weddings. I'm not talking about weddings. Weddings, I'm gonna go
But some
to,
men
right?
don't like to do weddings.
Yeah, but if they don't, but there's a give and take in relation. Like it's the balance, right? If he does all these things great, and there's this one thing. Now, if he doesn't go to any weddings, that might be like, okay, I want to be with my guy, whoever I'm with. I get that, but you just have to like give and take and have like know that, hey, like there's things. I'm my wife, and I'm like, okay, she might not do this, but she does this so exceptionally well that I could care less if she don't do that.
So there's sacrifice, right?
Exactly.
And, we're talking about love language, and we're talking about being present and understanding your partner's love language. And so when you're speaking, I'm thinking, when you're in that relationship, the one that you want to last forever, the husband, wife, the meaningful one, the one that you want to live beyond. And so when I think of, I want my partner, my husband, to feel loved, and I want him to feel that he's supported. So when he does things that he likes to do that I don't necessarily like to do, I just have to shift my mindset and say, you know what, I love him so much, I want to do what he wants to do. I might put a time limit on it, but I still want to give him that, because that's his love language, and he's going to reciprocate that. And so I agree with Simona. I don't want to hear this, oh, no.
It can become a pattern.
Because it's going to become a pattern.
but you don't want to strong arm nobody either.
Yeah, that's
but,
what I-
You don't wanna force them,
but
yeah.
then again, if my love language is I want to go out, I want to spend time with you, I want you to come to the event and chill with me, I want you to go wine taste with, then you should respect that, or
Right.
kind of do it. Not sometimes show up to that.
But
too.
but what if the person that just does not like that kind of stuff?
Right.
Like they both want quality time, but they don't really like that, like going out and doing that.
Then
They
you need to be
prefer
You need to know it's a
respectful.
compromise.
Yeah.
So it's a
Yeah.
compromise,
Yeah,
right?
you just need to know
Because I'm
how
sure you
and
do
when
some
to
things they
compromise.
don't like
Yeah,
either.
exactly.
So I'll do some of that stuff you like that I don't necessarily love, but you definitely need to do some stuff I like as well too. Because
a
otherwise, but I know people that
compromise,
said okay
yes.
to their man that said no all the time end up needing, like, girl, would you go with me here? Girl, would you go with me here? Girl, would you try? Because their partner, husband, man, whatever, didn't want to do any of those things. He was anti.
And it's not, and that's why I said the balance is what I'm saying. Because when I'm saying I say no sometimes, I say no sometimes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I do go to a lot of stuff that I don't say a lot, but I do go to things that I don't
That
want
you
to do
don't,
sometimes,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Because that's still part of love language is sacrifice, right?
Right.
Okay, I don't want to go. She want me to show up. This is important. If she says, hey, this is important for me to, come to this, then I'm going to come, right? But I'm very clear on your friend group. Those are your friends.
Right.
They're not my friends.
Right.
Because if me and you don't talk, they ain't talking to me.
Sure not.
Right? It's just like Steph.
They shouldn't.
Right. Oh, Lord. Right.
Mr. Jackson,
I'm just saying
Tupac,
sometimes.
you cutting up.
Yeah. No, I'm saying now if you don't raise them from kids to adults, that's a different thing. I'm just saying you step in, they already teenagers or something.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
But the point I'm trying to say is that there are times, and it's not even me not liking your friends. It's just sometimes go do your thing.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That's understandable.
Have your own life.
Yeah.
But I think oftentimes men find themselves in a place where they just don't want the fight, so they go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And so they're saying yes to things. So I think that's equally as bad as them allowing them to say, I don't want to do it.
Okay.
Because if they get there, they get an attitude.
Yeah,
or they
ruin your whole
out
night.
like,
Yeah. You know what I mean? He's sitting over there in the
stay
corner.
home. Yeah.
He ain't talking to nobody.
Yeah,
you
your
know.
energy's
Been there.
off,
Yeah,
and
energy,
you don't-
yeah.
Yeah.
So I just think you just got to find a balance.
Right.
Or sometimes your friend might go to stuff. I used to go to a lot of Carla stuff for years, and y'all always had a husband or what, all her friends. I'm like, I want to only one sitting here single. Like, I mean, I supported all her stuff, but sometimes they would all be fully booed up. Like,
Right,
I'm
right.
sitting there like, but so if I had a guy at the time, he
Right.
sure couldn't be at home, and I'm sitting there with
Right.
5 other couples. You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
yeah.
So
Understandable.
Yeah, it just depends because you don't know what your girl walking into either.
Right.
That's another topic, though.
That's a
too.
whole nother
That's
topic.
another
Hold on,
topic,
So
hold
too.
on.
we're gonna have to have a part 2 because we gotta
it
get
won't be
to
love
the
language,
to
it
the
will
end.
be
It'll
on
be
that
relationship
subject.
it'll be
Yeah.
just in general.
Different things, yeah.
So last but not least, I'm gonna ask this last question: what's one love language habit you're trying to improve to be a better partner, friend, or leader in your business? What's one love language habit that you're trying to improve to be a better partner, leader, or friend? And while y'all thinking about that, I'll start. So for me, I need to improve quality time with my friends right now because I spend so much time with focusing on work, my husband, or my kids. I find that I'm not even hanging out with friends anymore. And so I know for me personally, at this time in my life, I really need to focus a little more on quality time with my
That's good.
friends.
That's good. That's important.
Anybody else?
For me, I would say communication. So like words of affirmation.
Words of
Would that be
affirmation.
under that? Meaning, stay in touch more.
Yeah.
Speak my mind when it bothers me at that very moment. What I want when I'm not receiving, communicate things that they did that bothered me, and just stay in touch and be more supportive. Be there physically, verbally, emotionally, all of that, mentally. Yeah.
And
That's
I would
what
say
wanna do.
the quality times with friends and with my friend, because I can easily start, talking about I have this to do, that to do.
Yeah.
Sometimes it is not really that quality that they want or need, or okay, your life busy, so don't come bringing your job here, your extra stuff here. So just really like being undivided. Or I have a real bad habit of scrolling, talking 80.
Yes.
We talking, I'm scrolling, I'm doing this and that. And then
Yes.
and I'm like, talking or sitting there, I can get, zone out for a minute or something pop in my head, and I'm back like not,
Right.
So quality time.
Do you have one, Carmen? For friend, family, business? You doing good?
I feel like I am.
You got a good balance.
that's
I love it. I
Hitting
love
on all
it.
cylinders. Huh?
I love it.
Like that
You know, I
too.
feel like I am. I feel like I affirm people when I speak with them, you know, whether it's
You
on
do.
the
Yes, you do.
phone,
You
whether it's
do.
my son or coworkers, my husband, you know, I feel like, because I look for things to affirm people for.
Ooh, that's good.
That's just a part of how I move through the world. I guess, I mean, I don't really give a whole lot of gifts, but it's not something I'm trying to improve on.
There you go.
Time is a gift, right? Is our time a
In
gift?
terms of the,
And remember, gifts is not
Tangible,
always
tangible.
things that you
Yeah.
purchase
Yeah,
as well. So little things.
so
Yeah.
I think, so
Yeah.
y'all could let me know differently,
No.
but I think I'm doing okay. I spend quality time with my son. I feel like with my friends, we all know we're busy, so whenever we do get together, it's awesome.
Okay.
You know, we're connected. You know,
Yeah,
we have
that's
time
true.
to talk and da-da-da-da-da. So I feel like I'm doing okay.
Okay.
Good job. Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah, I really don't have any.
You good?
I'm good.
Okay. Jeremy, is there any of these 5 love languages that you feel you need to just kind of work on a little bit?
Probably all of them. No.
All of the above.
Do them all.
I mean,
Would it be
I'm pretty. I couldn't answer that. My wife probably definitely has an answer, but
Yeah.
I don't. You know,
Yeah.
maybe I can really say I can step it up around the upkeep of the house. I'm bad.
Okay. So that's acts of service.
The acts of service.
We
in
go get
that-
them
in just
together.
That area, like
Yes.
I think everywhere else, I'm
Yes.
pretty good. But that, I'm just I'll be like,
For real,
oh,
that
good.
is.
You know?
Right.
That'd be a little-
So this has been such a good conversation, and we so
Yay.
appreciate you for being
Thank you.
here.
Thank you,
And I know we can
Thanks
keep
for having
going
me.
and going
I
and
know.
going. And I'm gonna leave. Do you have any last words as the male perspective on here regarding love languages, maturity in men? Anything that you want to leave us with?
Yeah,
Did I put-
there's 2 things.
Okay.
Good.
All right.
We opened up talking about how music was different from
Yes.
today to back in the day, right? And then as we started getting to this conversation, I kept thinking a part of the reason why the music and how the expression has changed is because our society has changed.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the truth is, stuff like, and I'm not saying it negatively, but you led earlier,
Carmen. Gigi.
you're like my alpha, like that wasn't a thing that women were, maybe they wanted to do, but were allowed to express. Right. And so we have to think about
Good point.
how new freedoms allowing us to society shifting, women having power and control as versus just only being one way, how that has shifted the whole narrative of how our young people are growing up and how they're seeing life. Because when we were growing up, we just saw life one way. Now our young kids are growing up seeing life a whole
Technology,
different
yeah.
way, right?
Right.
And so the way they express is going to be different than how we express.
That's true.
That's
You
right.
know, and that doesn't mean it has to always be toxic, but I'm just saying that was something
fair.
that I thought about. And I had another point I was gonna say. I can't remember, but
That's okay.
I'm glad that you guys had me on.
We so appreciate
I'd
you.
love to come back and do some more stuff with y'all.
Yes.
I feel like this was just like a tiptoe.
Yeah,
This was just a little tiptoe.
Yes,
you
yes.
know, so
Well,
we definitely appreciate
Yeah, I'll come
having
and be
you
your,
here, and I
your
wanna
monthly
go
contributor
deeper.
to
Right.
toxicity and maturity.
go
I do remember.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Leave us with this last one.
This older woman told a lady I was with. This was years ago. This was years ago, and she was married. And her husband had passed away. They were married for like 40-something years, and she told her, you're gonna have 2 decisions you're gonna have to make when it comes to your husband or a man. She said you're gonna have to either leave him or let him get tired, because he will get tired, and he'll slow down, and he's just gonna be everything you want him to be.
Wow.
And I didn't understand that when she said it back then,
Okay.
but I sure understand it now.
Yeah.
I'm not. She wasn't saying you got to accept stuff. People, I'm not accepting this. I'm not. It's not about that. It's just you have to understand life
The
and
long
people.
haul.
And sometimes you could jump to something else and receive the same stuff.
That's
Nice.
true.
And I ain't even
Right.
saying it's cheating alone. You know what I mean?
Yes,
And
right.
it's just, it could be a multitude of things.
could be
right?
True.
And so, life is a process. Who I am now, I'm not. I'm not who I was 20 years ago. You know what I mean? And hopefully better, I would assume. But, you know, yeah, it's just so it takes time for people to mature, to come into their own, to come into the, and I'm thankful that even the opportunities that I'm having in my life are happening now, because I would have ruined them 20 years ago.
Yes.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean? I would have, you know, and I did actually.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah. So
Well, thank you, Jeremy, so much. So in the end, we want to give the audience a challenge. So learn, love, and listen. It's going to be the theme. So for learn, if you haven't already, please take the love language quiz and revisit your results. We will have that link for you once again. Love. So be intentional. Be intentional. Choose one person in your life and express love in their love language, not yours, in theirs.
Okay.
Last is listen. Ask your significant other how he or she prefers to give and receive love. Then just listen.
Right.
Just listen. Well, it's important for us to normalize emotional fluency in all genders. So I want you to please subscribe, comment, and share this episode with someone that you definitely care about. But before we go, we got to give a shout out to Percy Robinson for taking care of us behind the cameras and making us look even more fabulous than we are. And again, I want to thank Jeremy for coming on. You have been such a pleasure, and we love the male
Very
perspective.
insightful.
And hopefully we'll see you back soon.
yes.
All right.
Just ask me, I'll be here.
So until the next episode, stay true to yourself and remember, let's mind our business.